You're going to notice that when you go to work, you're not going to hate it anymore. That thing that, that you used to despise, I mean, you're not going to hate it anymore. You can apply this, like I said, to each and every area of your life, guys, and just expand this, work it out, guys. I mean, expand this into every area of your life. Like I said. Back, guys, to another video. My name is Phil, also known as the King of Thrift. If this is your first time to my channel, this channel I did create to help you guys get started on eBay and to basically make a full-time living, if that's what, if you so choose so, or maybe if you just want to bring in a part-time, a little extra cash, that is fine as well. That is all I teach on this channel, is basically how to get started on eBay and how to make good money. A lot of tips and tricks on how you can do so. And for you guys that don't know me, I have been doing this for about 18 years full-time on eBay. I'm a full-time reseller. And make sure you go ahead and check out all my other videos. I have 100 plus videos on how to get started and how to make money on eBay. And thanks for coming back to all my returning subscribers. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about reseller burnout. Now, I do not listen to many YouTubers, but I was listening to Golden Finger Picker, and I like that guy. Shouts out to Golden Finger Picker. But he recently did a YouTube video on reseller burnout and how to deal with it. And I'm just going to cover one of my most effective ways that I have come up with to deal with getting burnt out from doing the same thing day after day, guys. Many times this job can be very isolating. For those of you who have never been a reseller before, this is something that you will have to deal with at some point. So keep that in mind, and this video will be available indefinitely online for you to refer back to if you so choose. My number one way to combat that I deal with reseller burnout is what I call the 2 to 10 principle. When I started this channel, guys, and I still have this particular sort of slogan, or whatever you want to call it. It's sort of my mission statement. It's sort of like what this channel is. It revolves around this particular statement, and that is I created this channel to help you guys work from home. Number one, be your own boss. Number two, and number three. By doing the first two things in the process, you will create the life that you love. So forth. Needless to say, being able to work from home and be my own boss allowed me to create the life that I love. And I've slowly, done that over time. And what I'm going to be covering with you guys here is something that you can use, and it's something I use still in my daily life. In every situation where I need it, it is an awesome tool. It can be easily applied to anything. What exactly is the 2 to 10 principle? Basically, what it is the bettering or improvement of your personal surroundings and or situation. Let's take an example. That'd be the easiest way. So what is it in your reselling business that you hate doing the most? Maybe that's your office. Maybe you want to start with your car, because we do spend a lot of times in our cars driving from thrift shop to thrift shop, from garage sale to garage sale. So maybe you want to start with your car. Maybe you want to start with your inventory management system. But I would recommend, it's a really great place to start with your office. Because that is where, we as resellers are going to spend a lot of time, maybe not all of our time, obviously, but we will spend a lot of time in our office, in our desk, at our desk, on our PCs, on our laptops, on our, tablets, whatever. But the thing is, what you want to do is look at that. I want you to find what it is that you hate to do the worst. And if you can't really decide, then like I said, just go for the office. This is a surefire method. This is going to work for you, and this is going to make your life better. So what you want to do is go in and look at your office, look at whatever the situation is, and the first thing you have to do is give it a rating. Hence the number 2. And for me, what that represents is anything that I really dislike doing, or any situation. Let's say at reselling, maybe it was my desk. Let's say my desk was cluttered and a mess, which it isn't. And it was just in shambles, and there was no I had bad lighting over there. I mean, whatever. And so the rating on that, in other words, how would I rate that situation? When I'm in there, when I'm sitting at my desk working, how would I rate that situation? And I would say rated it at 2. And this is just for an example, guys. So say you rate it at a 2. So what you want to do is ask yourself the question, and this works very, very effective, guys. And I know, and many aren't aware, but if you just ask yourself a question out loud, our brains hear it, and the brain is just like any other organ in the body, and it does the job that it's assigned. And in the case of the brain, the job of the brain is to think. So if you ask it a question out loud, you will hear it audibly and your brain will go to work on the answers. And you just experiment and try it if you never have. It's amazing. You ask the question and your brain will just immediately begin spitting out answers. Some answers are ludicrous, but eventually, 9 times out of 10, this is how I brainstorm them many times. Your brain will eventually come up with very good answers, multiple answers. I mean, that is the truth. Just figuring out a way to make the situation better. So to bring it from maybe a 2 to a 3 or a 4, ask yourself the question: what can I do to make this, this area here a 3 or a 4? Now don't ask yourself how can you make it a 10, because I know it's the 2 to 10 principle. But the thing is, you're never going to get to a 10 situation by making one change or implementing one thing new or taking away one thing, or all 3 of these combined. More than likely, what I've found in my own personal experience is this takes time, and it's an incremental change over time. And many times you might ask yourself, well, how can I increase it? So say you've increased it from a 2 to a 3, and it's been a few days, and so now you're interested in, well, how can I make it to a 10? How can I? In other words, how can I bring it from a 4 to maybe a 5 or a 6? What can I do to make it a 5 or a 6? And you will come up with ideas. But sometimes, to bring it from a 5 to a 6 might involve a rebuild. It could involve something really large. It could involve $1,000. I mean, who knows? This is what makes you happy, guys. The life that you love. In other words, what is it going to take to increase the situation for you? So, in a nutshell, that is, the 2 to 10 principle, guys. It's really simple, but but very, very effective. And most good things, the most profound ideas and the most effective ideas are usually the simplest. Now, the reason that this is so effective, guys, is because over time, if you go through and you incrementally increase let's call it your enjoyment level. Let's say your happiness level, let's say your tolerance level, maybe in some situations. But the thing is, if you are steadily, increasing, from a number 2 to a number 3 to a number 4, and then you apply this not just to your desk, you apply it to your picture taking. Now, there are basically 4 or 5 major areas in reselling, and this is where you want to apply, this principle, obviously. Number 1 is your desk or your workstation. Number 2 is your pictures, where you take pictures, or your picture station. Number 3 is where you list. Number 4 is where you ship and how you ship. And then number 5 is going to be your inventory management system, which sucks. I hate inventory management, but it is a necessary evil. And, going in and looking at your inventory and figuring out a way that you can make it better, a way that you can make it easier to find, a way that you can maybe color code it. Just go around and ask yourself the question. Go in and look at it. Number 1, it's a 3-step process, guys. This is it. I'm going to cover it over. We're going to simplify this. I want to keep this video short. It's already way too long. But number 1, assess the situation and give it a rating. There goes Chiquita. She's my lazy coworker. Assess the situation, and yes, you heard her name. She's a love hound, boy. She'll take all the loving. Okay, let me get back to it, guys. So step 1, assess the situation, give it a rating. Step 2, ask yourself the questions out loud. How can I take this from an X to a Y, or from a number 2 to a number 3, or from a 3 to a 4, on and on, like I said. And especially, and what happens is, guys, as you get higher up, as you've increased the level of enjoyment of each and every, in each of these areas in your life, guys, you're going to notice that when you go to work, you're not going to hate it anymore. That thing that, that you used to despise, you're not going to hate it anymore. You can apply this, like I said, to each and every area of your life, guys. Start with your work, with your workspace, and, these areas that I've recommended, and just expand this, work it out, guys. Expand this into every area of your life. Like I said, in your car, cleaning your car, and maybe you're just getting that new air freshener that, maybe costs way too much. Maybe you want to take in, you want to spray, I don't know, one of the top of the line colognes or perfumes in your car. And for you, that would make it awesome. It would make it awesome, to get into your car and be smelling, Gucci or cool water. I don't know, guys. Whatever it is that you're into, man, do that. I hope this video has helped you out, guys. I try to keep it short and sweet, but sometimes it's just impossible. Just remember the 2 to 10 principle. And like I said, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time to my channel, make sure you subscribe, because I do videos like this on a regular basis. And this channel is devoted to helping you guys work from home, be your own boss, and ultimately create the life that you love. Thanks again for watching, guys. And until my next video, you guys be good. Get on out there and
Make that money on eBay.